like Pandora's box, or it's like a black hole in there, okay?
Happy 4-month.
Loves 350Z, hates Honda, loves Toyota Sienna. What are you?
Get a Lexus. They are owned by Toyota and are really nice.
Yeah, I know. We my granddad had a Lexus.
Wow, dude, holy shit.
Oh, I forgot to run a fucking ad. What am I doing? I like literally forgot to fucking forgets to tweet out that he's live, forgets to run an ad. I got too caught up in the Toyota lore. I'm too invested. You should do the VO for the commercials. This is way more convincing than scenic shots of a minivan on the highway. If you want to drive your big boys around, you need one of these and it's electric. What the fuck is this, dude? Why is everyone making like... Why the cyber fuck is everyone making these things?
Outside in the snowstorm.
I don't know what to do about it, dude. I don't know what to do about this. Anyway, my dad still drives our 180,000 miles car, no problem.
The Toyota
Best car ever.
New Jersey now, Pog.
Are you just saying this to piss off the car weebs? Yeah, I mean, car weebs are fucking annoying. My brother is a car weeb. Will my dick shrink if I buy that? I'm trying really hard not to.
Me hassle.
I drove a minivan in undergrad and doing road trips slapped and also rolling up to a party like 20 of my homies pour out. Yeah, dude, if you want to be the fucking talk of the town, get a Toyota Sienna, okay? I'm being honest. That is a utility vehicle, okay? People sell SUVs as utility vehicles. What kind of utility do you have? What? You get it for your 16-year-old daughter for their fucking sweet 16, so they don't get fucking T-boned when they're on their phone while they're texting and driving as they cross an intersection. That's the only utility that your fucking SUV actually has, all right? Whereas a Toyota Sienna has the most utility, okay? Reliable, good gas mileage, okay? It's just, it goes for a very long time, and most importantly, you can pack so many big boys into it. So many. Ran our family Sienna to 300K miles, and our mechanic was chomping at the bit to buy it from us when we dumped it. I've had sex inside of it too. You can even do that if you would wish to. Boo, trash non-union made of assembled here. Japanese made with weak ass company. Union in effect in Japan. Buy American and union assembled. Dodge Caravan for the win. Look, as much as I love the American unions, and it's great, like American cars, they're not so great. I'm just sitting here listening to you guys talk about cars. Meanwhile, I'm gay and don't know how to drive. Wait, what does homosexuality have to do with your you not knowing how to drive a car? Farmer Chrysler vans are made in Mexico. Gays can't drive. It's a thing. Really? Okay, well, listen, it's top of the hour every hour. I'm going to run our first ad break of the day. And then after I run the first ad break of the day, I am going to also...
Using my Bezos bucks.
I am also going to tweet out that I'm live. And then we're going to talk about a bunch of dumb shit that, you know, maybe Ben Shabibo did. And there's a bunch of news coming up right now. We're going to do that. LGBT plus Q people have less resources and many don't have access to cars. Wait, what? Gays not driving is just a predisposition. You can't argue. Did you just actually fucking turn a meme into like an internet meme into like an actual socioeconomic position? There's a meme in the gay community that you can't do two of the three: drive, cook, or do math. Bottoms can't drive.
Gang and gang.
Gay men can only do 2. Do math, drive, good relationship with father. No gay man has all 3. As a bisexual, you can either drive, do math, or have a good relationship with your parents. Guess
He's
which
right,
one I
you know.
have. What the fuck, lol? It was a joke about how often you were talking about packing big boys. I'm learning so much. I am a driving gay, but I just don't care about cars.
Happy to be here.
Well, I'm a driving straight and I don't care about cars either, as evidenced by this fucking conversation that we've been having where I'm literally unironically advocating for a fucking Toyota Sienna because it fits many big boys in it. Bottoms, doms, and driving gays. This conversation is off the rails, dude. Okay, I forgot to run the ad. Meanwhile, okay, you already know what it is. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you can do is subscribe. You can do it for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. Here's the fucking top of the hour ad break. And also, here is the tweet that I'm going to tweet out that, daycare is open and shit for all the Normans. I totally forgot to do that as well.
Baby time, D.
Daycare is open. It's a Monday. There are politics and news happening. Get in now. Is Murat named after a car? No. Well, the name Murat is a Turkish and Arabic name, and the car is named after the name that Turks and Arabic people have. Lang is by, which explains his driving. Community built on Normans. Y'all keep fucking saying, oh no, like Daniel's gaming video game system or whatever, but Normans, but you're all Normans. Did you see that weird right wing Twitter mysterious still gray dude tweeted about me yesterday? Wait, really? What did he fucking say? You know he lives in Malaysia, right? Just turn around and be like, why are you acting like you fucking live in America when you live in Malaysia? Like, talk about Malaysian politics, you fucking weirdo. Ian Miles wrong. I didn't know who he was. Yeah, Attorney General Merrick Garland. There's a lot of sleeper shit that's going on in politics, like fucking Attorney General Merrick Garland. And then there's fun stuff. So we'll focus on fun shit and not my degenerate mods.
5 months love you hassle.
And there's good news, and Mars rover here it is.
Straighten up and fly right maneuver.
While I tweet out that I'm fucking live, that I keep forgetting to do. Daycare is opening. It's Monday. There are politics. There's open. It's Monday. There are politics and news happening. Get in now.
Applicant indicates shoot deploy.
The navigation has confirmed that the parachute has deployed, and we are seeing significant deceleration in the velocity. Our current velocity is 440 meters per second at an altitude of about 12 kilometers from the surface of Mars.
Heat shield set.
Perseverance has now slowed to subsonic speeds, and the heat shield has been separated. This allows both the radar and the cameras to get their first look at the surface. Current velocity is 145 meters per second at an altitude of about 9.5 kilometers above the surface.
Is NASA shit a sleeper? Why don't we just watch paint dry? Dude, I don't know, because we got some fucking nerds in here.
Converge. Velocity solution, 3.3 meters per second. Altitude, 7.4 kilometers.
Now has radar
so
lock
many
on
good
the ground.
times were had with the boys in the
Velocity
Sienna.
is about 100 meters per second, 6.6 kilometers above the surface of Mars.
Pogo.
Perseverance is continuing to descend on the parachute. We are coming up on the initialization of terrain relative navigation and subsequently the priming of the landing engines. Our current velocity is about 90 meters per second at an altitude of 4.2 kilometers.
Why don't you just decline it like other boring shit seems like you want to watch this? I mean, it's interesting.
We have confirmation that the lander vision system has produced a valid solution and
I have a bias towards space. I've always thought that space travel is incredibly fucking cool. When people used to ask me like, what time period would you like to live in history, I would always say the future, so I could be like a space cowboy. I've always been fascinated with space, so it doesn't fucking matter, even if it's like super sleeper, because and it is kind of super sleeper. I'm still tangentially, I'm like a little interested to see what's going on. You know, keep up with what the fuck's going on Mars. You know, hey Mars, take it easy. You know, that sort of thing. Hey, Martians, you fucking know your place, all right?
Thanks for helping me find my people.
Watching you, motherfucker.
Part of terrain relative navigation.
Priming. TBA is nominal.
We have priming of the landing
Maybe.
engines.
Back shell set.
Current velocity is 83 meters per second at about 2 points.
You guys know, and old heads and old heads and real fans know that one of my favorite fucking games of all time, I'm gonna turn off the audio for this, is Freelancer. So I still remember it was a very formative experience that I had when I told my dad at the dinner table that I was playing a video game, and it felt like there were, you know, friends that you would keep up with in these different space stations. And that, I think that was the moment when my dad was like, oh, fuck, my son is going to be a virgin permanently, and I should probably ban some of these fucking video games that he's playing.
Which means we are conducting the sky crane, about to conduct the sky crane maneuver.
If you like space, you should check out The Expanse. It's got space and politics. It's pretty dope.
This is not a meme, by the way. I told him I love this game, Freelancer, for those of you guys who know the game. And I told him like it was so cool and I love this game. You know, there's like characters and there's like a merchant and you see him at a different
on the surface of Mars, ready to begin seeking the sands of.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, why do the graphics on this look worse than the CGI they used for the moon landing 50 years ago? Okay, yeah. Was your dad wrong though? No, he was right. Freelancer is free on the abandonware. I mean, I don't even want to touch it because I don't know what it would look like now. Like, it's one of those games that I know for a fucking fact did not hold. You know what I mean? There's no way. But at the time, it's Star Citizen now. Yeah, it's the same guy that I didn't know Star Citizen was made by the Freelancer guy. But yeah, you know, telling my dad about Freelancer and how sick it is that you know, it's like you have friends in the video game, in a single player game, that you could see, that you could meet up with in like different planets.
A Sidewinder Fang. All we have is Liberty Ale,
Happy
friend.
5 month.
Fine. Her name's Junko Zane. She's a tough one. Oh, why is that? She's LSF. All business.
LSF.
If it's a job you're wanting, that is. On the other hand, if you're looking for something more... Well, the only thing I'm looking for right now is this drink. I know you. No, I don't think so. The news. I saw your face on the news. You're one of the Freeport 7 survivors, aren't you? Yeah. I heard it was pretty bad out there. You know, you're lucky to be alive. Ha. This one's on me, friend. It's the good stuff. Why? Because it's not every day a man has the chance to start again, huh? To your good fortune and liberty, sir. Well, it can't get any worse.
Did you play Stellaris as a space strategy game? No.
Thanks.
Yeah, like there were all these quests and shit, you know, cutscenes. Like it was pretty fucking revolutionary for the time, honestly. Like Oh, hey, here, I'll show you the space travel. The space travel is pretty cool too.
You must be Trent. I'm King, the CO of this mission. I contacted the lead transport of the convoy. They've completed pre-launch checks and are ready to go. Should be an easy run from here to Fort Bush and then on to Pittsburgh. Ready?
It's good to meet you, King. Is that a Rhineland cruiser?
That's the Donau, Admiral Schultzky's flagship. He's visiting Manhattan with...
Dude, this shit looks ancient. Dog, if you consider this shit to look ancient, that means that you probably weren't alive when it came out. You know what I mean? Like, and you literally... How old are you? This game came out in like 2001. So, or when did it come out? I think it came out in like 2003. Yeah. So, yeah. The reality is, like, a lot of Zoomers are like, I play Fortnite, so I fucking... Oh, it says in the title. Never mind. I play Fortnite, so I know what a fucking real gaming is. Like, oh, I could defeat you in the marketplace of gaming or whatever. It's like, bitch, when your mom was fucking your dad, I was playing video games, okay? Like, fucking trying to check me on my gamer cred. It's ridiculous.
Attend a high-level meeting with President Jacoby. Keep your distance.
Newark Station, this is RNC Donau, requesting clearance to dock with your station.
For early 2000s graphics, yes, this was very good. Especially this. This stuff was fucking so good.
Donau. You are cleared for docking point 6. Liberty welcomes you and Admiral Schultzky. Donau, be advised, we're picking up unknown contacts. Advise caution.
You seem very insecure about your gaming cred? No. Why would I be insecure about my gaming cred, dumbass? It is literally... I grew up in a fucking time period when it was lame as fuck to be a gamer and you had to hide that shit, okay? And only in this, like, weird fucking circle on Twitch where people legitimately think that, like, I'm a real gamer is, like, actually something that's worthwhile.
Affirmative. Ready to engage.
Roger. Tracking incoming ships. Unidentified ships. This is Newark Station. You are entering restricted space. Alter course at once or we will open fire.
New York, do not interfere. We're here to protect the president. Schultzky is a traitor.
Red alert. The Donau is hit. Launch all rescue...
Yeah, it doesn't hold. It doesn't hold.
All other fighters engage and...
It clearly doesn't hold, you know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't... Oh, here. Look at the fighting.
Patrol Gamma 6. Engaging enemy.
Confirmed, Gamma 6.
The order will pay for this. Escort wing. Fire.
I grew up without anyone around me that knows what gaming is. It was so pog.
Trent, we can't let them get away. Engage the enemy. Hostile is locked.
Yeah, this is so sick.
Newark, we need reinforcements.
Interceptors are en route. The Colorado...
I bet you didn't finish the game either. No, I finished the fuck out of this. 2003. Star Wars video games, Pokemon, and comics would get your ass kicked or at least zero respect from the opposite sex. Anyway, yeah, that dude's aim is pretty terrible. Okay, let's move on from that. Okay, so Dominion Voting Systems is suing MyPillow CEO Mike Pillow, aka Mike Lindell, for $1.3 billion in damages for what it alleges were defamatory accusations related to the presidential election. Mike Pillow is still going after it.
Ohio rules.
But Groyper Firepower CA, who's living behind enemy lines in #California, who's also a Groyper, thinks just because Goliath is big doesn't mean he can't be beat. Take it to the box. Open discovery. The burden is on Dominion. Thank you, Groyper Andy. Yes, you're right. The election was stolen. It's crazy to think that came out 8 years before GTA 5, and 8 years later we have GTA 5 for PS5. Yeah. Play Soma, it looks incredible. I just never played. Saw a video essay on it. What? Yeah, well, guess what?
Been watching for years, but only
it's stolen. You should have stolen it harder. Suck my dick. How about that? Nana boo boo. Fuck you, bitch. Okay, that's what I gotta say. I hope that I hope that, he gets absolutely fucking cumstered and dumpstered. They've pulled his disgusting pillows from the CVS shelves at this point. And fuck him. He is an absolute freak. He is completely crazy, and the people that follow him are also completely fucking crazy, and I don't know how to deal with it anymore. Speaking of people that are making comebacks, okay? Actually, there is someone who is making a fucking comeback. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Your time is up, my time is now. You can't see me, my time is now. It's the franchise where I'm shining now. You can't see me, my time is now. In case you forgot or fell off, I'm still hot, knock your shell off.
Donald John Trump is reportedly claiming he is the presumptive 2024 nominee leader of GOP in the CPAC speech this upcoming weekend. Believe me. I brush your mouth like Colgate. In any weather, I'm never better. Your boy's so hot, you never catch me in the next man's sweater. If they hate, look at him dodging CNN's blows. Content is back, boys. So very, very exciting to see Donald Trump with like less material power. Gonna be exciting to just like consume him as the pure content, the pure unadulterated, unfiltered, fucking black tar heroin grade content that he is. And who knows what happens? CNN gonna dox the memer like the wrestling gif maker or what?
At Hasanabi 4 months Pogo.
Why are we watching fascist 4chan memes? I don't know. I just fucking Googled Donald Trump like anime compilation. Most of them are made by fucking fascist weebs. What do you want me to do?
Back.
But why though? Because I miss his dumpy. Okay, because I miss the presidential dumper. Joe Biden has Hank Hill chicken butt.
The other dude said
Donald Trump was thick. He had a whole ass bakery back there, okay? And he gave us fucking content.
What was the song playing when you were loading in GTA yesterday?
So what we need is how you a weeb and a fascist? Yeah, we want the petty bitch who loves drama. No online presence, no way lib networks gonna give him the same kind of platform. He has no chance. No. They will stop dodging the question with gay acting. What?
9 months hassle.
Not watching cringe shit. Oh, too hard. What are you, like, too woke for Donald Trump, but then use gay as a pejorative? Like, what the fuck is so... Yo, some of these people are so confused. Like,
hassle.
What are you, like a homophobic rad lib? How does that work? My man said gay acting. Like...
Using my 8th month to wish my bestie a happy birthday from yesterday. Hassle in chat for Astra.
Calm down, DSA. On another note, what kind of chair is that? It looks so comfortable. It's a Herman Miller. Motherfucker, the best actors are gay. Congrats on your stream not dying, brother. Yeah, that's why, ever since Trump left office, my community has grown. There's more people in here than ever before.
Smiling face,
but there's still this notion that like I want Trump for because I'm like dying over here, when in fact it's worse than that. It's just pure personal content choices. You know what I mean? Like literally, it's just because it's like reality television. I'm a sassy bitch who loves drama. like you're Tim Pool or something. Yeah. I think people that will suffer as a consequence of like Donald Trump leaving the marketplace of ideas are people that were like people that made entire careers off of like sucking his farts in and then burping it back out for others to consume, because there was an entire industry dedicated to it. And also like places like CNN are going to take a hit because they love, or MSNBC are going to take a hit because like they were big on the like Orange Man bad coverage. Holy shit, Rachel Maddow has a career again, LMAO. Yeah, like what's going to happen to like the Brooklyn dads of the world? Who knows? Like resistance grifters on Twitter. Like what are they going to do? Would you endure another 4 years of Trump presidency for the content? No, dude, no. The amount of suffering that like Republicans in general cause others is not worth the content. But if we're subjected to it, you might as well fucking enjoy it. Part of the reason why I can like look at this now and expect it and laugh about it is because like his power is diminishing. Do you understand what I mean? K-High versus top 10 Hoggers, top 10 anime battles. Gorilla Gang, High Energy Chat, Vosh and Zan getting destroyed in every way, shape, and form. Infrared cannot be stopped. What? Fuck is that? Sickly pale white man good. Sickly pale white man good. What? Do you think Trump will actually be on the 2024 ticket? Listen, shit. American politics is always going to be fucked up. Okay, shit is always going to be fucked up in American politics, no matter what happens. So that's not going to change. You know what I mean? Like Texas is a great example of this, right? And therefore, there's always going to be, unfortunately, things for me to cover. But I would very much appreciate it if we actually solved some of these problems. If we actually had Medicare for all, so that wasn't a significant problem that like people have to consider all the goddamn time, so that I could just like play video games and do React content. You know what I mean? Do you get what I mean? Like, I want to do more fun shit.
Hassle.
Do you think Trump's 2024 performance would be closer to 2016 run or 2020 run? Infrared is some tanky debate guy or something? Ugh. Okay. Anyway, North Dakotans are blaming Biden for gas prices rising 14 cents, even though the gas prices go up in the spring, summer, every single year for nearly $1. Near tandem is out, thank fucking God. Well, it's not thank fucking God. You want to know why it's not thank fucking God? Because the person that they're going to replace Nira with is going to not have a bunch of idiotic fucking tweets about like both the left and the right, which I didn't have a problem with, mind you. But they are going to be even more brutal with their austerity enforcement and their ideological predisposition to austerity in general. At least Nira Tandon was like a soldier. A capo. Okay, well, not a capo, but a soldier, an enforcer. What that means is like her ideological goals are just aligned with whatever the fuck the administration she serves is. If they're going to be more progressive, whether it's fake progressive, it's never going to be like fucking socialist or some shit. But like, if the administration is going to be more progressive, then I don't think Gene Spirling will be like that if he gets it. Also, the acting OMB director is pretty good on econ policy. You know, like, my point is, Gene Sperling is the replacement for Nira. Wait, really? When was that announced? Did I miss that? Like, I'm confused. Hold on. Agree to disagree on Nira. She's god-awful, scummy as fuck. Yes, she is. There are still, and I hate to say this, worse people than Nira out there. Oh, if they threw if they threw out a name, then they probably did that. If they threw out a name, they did that on purpose. If it's like leaked, then that means that person is who their appointment is going to look like. Yeah. Tandon on the ropes, Zone B director. Actually, this could be pretty good. Who knows? I thought it was going to be someone disastrous. Manchin's opposition could well sink Tandon. Normally, you might expect Biden to enlist a Republican or two to offset Manchin's negative vote. But with the $1.9 trillion relief package hanging in the balance, Manchin is the last senator Biden wants to cross. In addition, you don't expect Republicans to bail out this nomination. In her confirmation hearing, Tandon's apology mollified few. If not Tandon, then who? My sources say Gene Sperling, one of the more progressive veterans of the Clinton-Obama era. He's already served as head of the National Economic Council. Sperling was the author of several more imaginative policy proposals written for the Biden campaign. When the game musical chairs ended, he was one of the few senior campaign aides who did not land a top job, but was advised to keep his powder dry just in case. His 2020 book, Economic Dignity, helps offset some of the youthful indiscretions of the Clinton years, such as work on the 1997 Balanced Budget Act. Maron. Most progressives would applaud, but he is just orthodox enough to win easy confirmation. He'd round out a progressive senior economic team. Keep his powder dry. It means like don't take on a fucking job because we might actually elevate you to a position of power. That's what that means. Yeah, we're gonna look at Meghan McCain in a second. How different do you think Biden cabinet picks are from Obama's in his first term? So Biden's cabinet picks have been a lot better than Obama's cabinet picks because Obama literally straight the fuck up went and had Republicans in his cabinet. Like I always miss, like, Obama came on a wave of broad public support. Okay, he had all of the power and all of the influence and literally the political capital to spend, and he wasted it on this weird bipartisan we must not look backwards, we must look forwards bullshit after the Republicans launched us into permanent fucking war. Okay, the war on terror, which Obama accelerated, a surveillance state that Obama did not actually rein in but instead expanded on, without any repercussions for the previous administration or the financial criminals responsible for the economic devastation that Obama took over, that Obama inherited. So he had every opportunity to fix shit, and instead he came in, picked up a fucking Nobel Peace Prize, and then made everything worse. Whereas, I can't believe I'm saying this, Joe Biden actually is at least acting, and the National Democratic Party is at least right now, and I am very apprehensive about this, acting like they learned their lessons from 2008. You understand? You hear this from the likes of Chuck Schumer for the past couple of weeks. You hear this from the likes of even Biden's officials in the administration saying that they are... I mean, look, the fact that saying that they're not going to, play ball with Republicans if they don't need to. And what I mean by that is this $1.9 trillion recovery proposal being pushed through budget reconciliation is a great example of this. But there are also areas where he's not doing that. Immigration is one of those said areas. 100 days of halting deportations to reconfigure our immigration policies, gone. Okay? The potentially larger student loan debt relief, also gone, right? Chuck Schumer and AOC and some others are advocating for up to $50,000 in debt removal, whereas Joe Biden's like, I can only do $10,000. I'm not going to do a single dollar more. So that's not good. That's not good at all. Another example is our foreign policy. He has, or at least he has thrown out feelers about escalating tensions with Iran. We're going to see what ends up happening This week was supposed to be formative. This weekend is, if I'm not mistaken, the last day that Iran has put up as a deadline for the last day Iran has put up as a deadline for increasing the uranium enrichment protocols that they have, and also more significantly refusing to allow United Nations or like EU third party investigators and inspectors to come into the country to look at their uranium enrichment and nuclear programs. So that's a big deal. They said that they were going to continue doing this if the sanctions are not lifted and if no peace deal can be reached with the United States of America. Obviously, because of Trump's absolute insane way of doing shit, a lot of that social and political capital amongst our allies, our European allies, is kind of in the dumps. And also Iran, understandably, does not trust us anymore. So that's going to be very, very hard to recover from. Remove murderous Iranian sanctions. Sanctions are war. I don't disagree with you at all. And remember, one reminder, but the Democrats were the ones who fucking put the sanctions on Iran, despite the fact that Iran was literally following through on the terms of the denuclearization agreement that the Democrats fucking put together with a bunch of European allies. So it's not entirely on Donald Trump. It was never entirely on Donald Trump. And it still is not entirely on Donald Trump. I'm just giving you the facts as they are. Iran was following the terms. Kurdistan Kurdish. Shut the fuck up. Okay? Biased Andy over here. Like what? Okay, I got it, bro. You're Kurdish. You don't like fucking Iranian the Iranian treatment of Kurds. But like turning around and acting like they're not fucking following through on the terms of the nuclear agreement is so moronic when what European investigators, European inspectors believe that they are following the terms of the agreement. Why? What's it to you? What's up? What did you fucking go there on your own and you saw something different? Do you think that the denuclearization agreement has something to do with I don't know, Kurdish people being fucking oppressed as a minority in the Middle East? Because it doesn't. I'm sorry, it does not. Anyway, so there is a lot of stuff that the more power Iranian regime has, the more repression against Kurds. No, you're right, dude. That's actually a really good take. Instead, we should give all of the power to Israel and the United States. Maybe one day. No, bro. I swear, bro. And Saudi Arabia. Bro, I swear they'll let you have your nation state, bro. I swear. Hey, guys. No. I promise, dude. You're going to have your based as fuck Rojava. Like, it's going to be super based. It's going to be super ANCOM. Okay, it's going to be poggers. You know, everyone's going to have their gender pronouns, and you know, they're going to be super fucking woke. They have female Peshmerga. Like, I mean, think about that, dude. It's going to be sick. America is totally going to let that happen, dude. Yeah, and it won't be a fucking puppet state for Israel and America as a buffer in that region to further destabilize the region. You're right. Western leftists, holy shit. Anyway, and I say this as someone who's like literally on board with a nation state, an independent autonomous or an independent nation state for Kurds. If you follow Kurdish politics, you would know that Iran, Soleimani specifically, stopped the independence of Kurdistan in northern Iraq. Yeah, in Turks too. I've said this before. The only way for there to be an independent nation state like a Kurdistan, which is a completely reasonable request, 35 million people living in diaspora, one of the largest ethnic groups that does not have a place to call their own, okay, in this region, for there to be an independent nation state of Kurdistan, it needs to be done by as a collaborative effort with regional leaders, okay? with regional leaders. That means not America, okay? That means with Turkey, with Iran, and with every other fucking regional leader. There's no other way. I do not think that that will happen, though. No, I know. Kurds in northern Iraq actually have good relations with Turkey. This is also true. So basically it's impossible? No, I don't think it's impossible. I literally do not think it's impossible. I don't actually think it's impossible. The United States would never allow that to happen because MENA being in a constant state of crisis is good for business. If your main business is beefing up the military-industrial complex contracts, but I really don't think it can happen without creating another Israel-like problem. I used to say I was from Turkey because I was ashamed of saying I was from Kurdistan because no one knew where it was or where it was. I was a young donkey. You really think countries would give up land freely for Kurds? Or what would need to be done to get to that point where they would be willing to give up land? The point... I think that the only way to do that is by having regional leaders come to an understanding that it is more beneficial for them to recognize that an independent nation state of Kurdistan that is not beholden to America as a puppet state is better for all of them, better for everyone in the region than motherfucking a puppet state built by the United States to, use the Kurds, weaponize the Kurds as a militant group as they have historically, and against whatever entity, whatever regional power they declare is their enemy. And that is happening, and it's been happening, and it will continue to happen, and that's probably what's going to happen no matter what. That's probably the reality, because it's not even in America or Israel's best interest to build to build a Kurdish nation state, because if Kurds gain some form of autonomy, some form of statehood, then they are going to be less they're going to be less likely to be utilized in the same way that they have been. Do you see what I'm saying? It's harder to control people that are now focused on building out and flushing out their own nation. It's much easier to control them if they're a militia group, okay, scattered around borders all across the Middle East. With Turkey's recent moves regarding Armenia, why would we anticipate anything but further ethnic cleansing for regional minorities? The Armenia situation is entirely dependent on Russia, and it was entirely dependent on Russia because it's Russian territory. Let's be fucking real. Like, I'm sorry, guys. That was a conversation between Turkey and Russia, or rather, Russia and Armenia. Turk speaking. Am I wrong? 35 years of conflict. All of a sudden, shit starts popping off in this region, despite the fact that international authorities don't even recognize it as Armenian territory, but recognize it as Azerbaijan territory. Shit starts popping off as soon as Armenia starts warming up to European and Western allies. How do you think that happened? It's entirely dependent on Russia. Russia still controls this territory. Russia doesn't have the way it used to have in its own back door, which is why they couldn't stop the war. I don't agree. I think they allowed it to happen. Azerbaijan, you mean Turkey? What? Azerbaijan is not Turkey. What the fuck are you talking about? They're Turks, but they're not. Okay, anyway, let's continue. Are you defended it? I'm confused. What defended it? Still waiting for Obama's last name reveal? One day. One day you'll get it. Russia purposely divided the USSR in a certain way to maintain ethnic conflicting old Soviets. You're completely right about Russia. It was a punishment against Armenia, which had a change in power recently. Turkey was just glad to move its pawn in Azerbaijan and be present in the game. Yeah. Everyone knows that Azan likes Russia. Untold Stories 101. I don't know where that comes from. Armenian Andy here. Russia literally allowed it to happen, and it was grossly involved in both sides of the conflict. Both governments targeted civilians, and the ethnic majority of the area, Karabakh, is and has been Armenian. The tensions have been boiling point since the breakup of the USSR. Yes, but the reason why it happened is because Russia, or Putin, just pulled his finger off the scales that it was holding gently as a punishment for Armenia stepping out of line. What do you think of the Punjab problem? Both Muslims, Punjabis in Pakistan, and Sikh Punjabis in India have long waited for their own independence in Punjabi land. I don't know. I'm sorry. I actually don't know how to. I don't know everything that's going on, man. I don't know. Russia isn't as powerful anymore. Putin really messed up a lot of stuff up. Okay. Let's move on from the OMB pick. This seems good. We talked about Trump running on CPAC, which is fun and cool. Let's see. Senator John Kennedy grills Attorney General nominee Merrick Garland on the concept of implicit bias.
I want to ask you about this concept of implicit bias.
Yeah.
Does that mean I'm a racist?
Yes. Okay, that was a cool video. We don't even need to watch the rest of it. We're moving on from that. I'm just kidding. Wow, very cool. Hey, look. First step is acceptance. Okay, very cool. Very cool. Let's see where this goes.
No matter what I do or what I think, I'm a racist, but I don't know I'm a racist?
Okay, the label racist is not one that I would apply like that. Implicit bias just means that every human being has biases. That's part of what it means to be a human being. And the point of examining our implicit biases is to bring our conscious mind up to our unconscious mind.
I want to ask you about this.
Damn, that was a pretty good fucking answer from Merrick Garland. By the way, so what's going on right now is a confirmation hearing for Attorney General nominee Merrick Garland. Merrick Garland, some of you will remember, in the Obama era was supposed to be the centrist Supreme Court justice that Obama threw out there so that at least Mitch McConnell could, allow this process to continue. They famously said no, and they stole that Supreme Court seat after Antonin Scalia died in some fucking weird like Southern dandy hunting club or some shit. So he is a bit of a centrist. Mitch McConnell in the past, under the Trump administration, wanted to replace James Comey. When they were looking for a replacement for Jim Comey, said Merrick Garland would be a perfect pick. Obviously, because they wanted to also open up Merrick Garland's seat, right? And have someone else appointed to that judgeship. However, having said that, the fact that Mitch McConnell and other Republicans were open-minded to having someone like Merrick Garland be the head of the FBI implies that they are well aware of his centrist status. John, like, all I'm saying is he's not a fucking super progressive person. He's trying to fight back and say, no, Sweaty, I'm not racist, dude. What the fuck, America? I don't understand. I got no implicit biases. I feel like saying that you have no implicit biases is almost as, well, actually, saying that you have no implicit biases is as ridiculous as the over-the-top woke scolding, woke lords and scold lords. You know what I mean? Who think that, like, you have to be pure from the day you were born. You get what I'm saying? Like, of course you're gonna have fucking implicit biases, dude. It's like the most human thing. Like, we all have fucking biases. You just don't know. You can't empathize. You can't empathize with everybody. Dumbass. It's admitting you're just racist? What? I'm not racist. I just don't like black people. Yeah. Being centrist is pretty broad and sweeping term. Any chance you know the areas he veers more to the right? Yeah, everybody has implicit biases. Yeah, we can look at his record later. Everybody has implicit biases. It's the way we're wired. It's just what you do with those biases. Exactly. Please stop fucking linking me high-speed rail. Centrist in America means right-wing? Yes. The center in America is definitely planted a little bit further, especially when it comes to like a lot of issues that touch upon socioeconomic conditions. It's unfortunately firmly planted in the right in comparison to some other countries. Thoughts on a meritocracy? Yeah, it's a myth. It's like unicorns. It's a lie. Okay. Let's watch what Ben Shabibo had to say. Ben Shapiro rants about a cartoon with an anti-racist message condemning Cartoon Network for indoctrinating kids into overtly racist garbage. Again, anti-racist messaging is the real racism because it implies that racism is happening. And of course, racism happening is not racism, but pointing out that racism is happening is the real racism.
Cartoon Network now pushing anti-racism. Okay, so you've got Robin DiAngelo not just teaching Coca-Cola, but mainstreamed into Cartoon Network. Now, it's one thing to get mad at the Muppets from 1987 for telling a joke that you now consider culturally insensitive 30 years later. It's another thing to get mad at Cartoon Network when Cartoon Network is literally...
Aren't you so happy? Aren't you excited that, like, this is literally fucking, 2008 onward, like, politics that was in the Obama era? This is basically a rendition. We have just gone back to the exact same shit where Ben Shabibo is like crying about fucking cartoons, and we're running the Obama era politics all over again. Also, one other thing I wanted to mention is racism is just like Turkish SpongeBob. Okay, it's not real. The only time it can't hurt you. Turkish SpongeBob is not real. It can't hurt you, and neither can racism because it's not real unless you think about it. In which case, then racism becomes real. For those of you who don't know who Turkish SpongeBob is, I have to show this to you because, this is important for the matter at hand. Sünger Bob, kare pantolon. It's just like racism. It's not real. It can't hurt you unless you ever admit that it exists, in which case, then it is very real. It becomes very real, and that's the real racism, and it can hurt you. You know what I've always thought about this meme? What I thought was like crazy about this meme? Kare pantolon. What I always thought was weird about this meme is that, like, why is he not blowing nargile smoke out of his fucking holes? Like, you know what I mean? It would make more sense if it was just like slowly coming out of his like many holes. Anyway, so by the way, it's speaking of SpongeBob, Turkish SpongeBob, it is time for our second ad of the day. It's top of the hour every hour. It's time for a 60-second ad break. You already know what the deal is. This is the time of the day where we run a 60-second ad. If you no longer want to see the ads, all you need to do is subscribe. You can do it for $5. Or you can do it for free with a Twitch Prime by connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. You get 1 free Prime subscription a month. You can use it here. You can use it anywhere you want, but you know you can use it here as well. So here's the ad now. And then afterwards, we're going to finish this Ben Shapiro video. Let's keep going.
Just putting out PSAs mirroring for children. Mirroring Robin DiAngelo's talking points on racism and indoctrinating kids into overtly racist garbage. Here's the Cartoon Network pushing what is obviously racism.
Well, I'm not an alien, but it definitely matters to me that I'm black. Yeah, it makes a difference that I'm white. I know the two of us get treated very differently. My experience with anti-black racism is really specific. Other people of color experience other forms of racism too. But you won't see any of that if you don't see color.
Can we get a rewrite where we appreciate each other without erasing what makes each of us different?
Okay, but it's gonna add a couple hours to the shoot.
I can make yours open.
You were rolling just now, weren't you? Can't we just slap some graphics on this and call it a day?
See color, be anti-racist. Shut up, racist children.
It's actually peak anti-racism to say, I see no color. And it's not a laughable notion that privileged morons like myself advocate for. Like, they're not saying that because you are black, you are genetically different. They're saying that as a consequence of systemic racism, okay, and centuries of oppression and struggle, black people are treated differently than white people. Recognizing that is an important first step to recognizing systemic racism exists. But, of course, Ben Shapiro knows that reality. He is using this as an opportunity to, you know, get mad about a fucking child's cartoon, trying to educate kids on, like, the simplest fucking concept. Okay? Like, he knows better, dude. He fucking knows better. What is this? Anyway, he knows better. He just wants to act like he does not know better. People who don't see color tend to divide everything into black and white.
See color, be anti-racist. So, yes, we are all supposed to see each other as people of different colors whose experiences are completely non-understandable. I cannot understand your experience in any way. And because I can't understand your...
No. Understanding someone else's experience literally starts off with recognizing that their experiences might be different than yours. That's the entire point. I thought Ben Shapiro was a smart person. How is he failing to comprehend a fucking cartoon while literally physically shitting, farting, and pissing in his fucking pants? Okay? He is actually fidgeting and shaking at the thought of a children's cartoon that says, hey, the first step to recognizing and understanding systemic racism is when you understand and recognize that, like, different people get treated differently, and you should work against that. You should work to stop that, but you can't do that if you say shit like, actually, sweetie, I see no color.
Shut up, racist children.